Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a good day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. So welcome back to the channel. So this is a review of the Aliens comics by Black Horse and Trident. So in the UK, I believe it was Trident. It was a company that published these in the UK. So this was a UK version, and it's from May of 1991. So what was you doing in May 1991? Let me know. If you were doing anything at all, you might not have even been born. Who knows? Or you might have been very young, like me. So these comics were based on like the James Cameron sort of style of Aliens, and it's like a continuation of Aliens the movie. Now these comics seem to not recognise Alien 3 at all, which I didn't think was a bad movie, to be fair. A lot of people hated it. I actually thought it was not a bad movie. I think the problems with that movie was they did wrong with the Hicks and Newt characters and stuff like that. I think they did them dirty in that. Yeah, but the whole story overall was okay, actually. But yeah, it's not everyone's favourite. But this, as I say, continues after this part of the story here, Aliens. It continues after the film of Aliens, what happens next, sort of thing. And it's basically meaning that Whale and Yutani have actually got a specimen back to Earth. Earth is lost, and they're fighting to get it back now. You've got the Predator section, which is really, really cool, guys. This was the Predator Concrete Jungle story, and this was based around probably what would have been Predator 2. So, not knocking Predator 2, I really liked it. I thought, you know, I've said this before, I think Danny Glover played an excellent part in Predator 2. And I think it was a better movie without Arnold. That might have been controversial, but I've got my reasons for that. And, you know, I stick to my reasons, and everyone else has their own reasons. But I think Predator 2 was a good movie. I think it was really good, actually. And I think it's a shame it gets the press it does. But, yeah, I think it was really good film. So you've got that aspect. And then you've got the Aliens versus Predator, which is also very similar to the movie of AVP. And like I've said before, this is better. The story here is better because it happens off Earth. And I know I batter on about it, but you've got to keep the aliens away from Earth, because once they're on the Earth, that's the end of us. We're not going to survive. We've got no way of fighting that. We're just not able. So this story was based on a Prosperity Wells colony on an LV planet, which was a much better idea, much better. It was just a shame we didn't embrace that in the movies. So yeah, on sale monthly at the time. Most terrifying monsters in the universe. There you go, Aliens. So this is issue 4, and with £1.50 of then the Queen's money. So there it is. So you've got a little section here at the front here, which is like a letters fan page, which is pretty good. Good, yeah. So you could write in, and they'd print it if they liked it, by the looks of it. That's a good idea. So contents, you've got the Aliens episode 3, Predator episode 3, and Aliens versus Predator episode 3. And cover is by a guy called Dave Dorman. Editors are Martin Skidmore. Design Jane Hubbard. And promotion Neil McKay. And based on characters and situations 20th Century Fox motion picture. So this is the Aliens part. Story by Mark Verheiden. Art by Dennis Bouvois. So there you go. It's these have got some fantastic art in them, guys. Really do. You can't fault the art in these. So Rebecca Newt Jordan and Corporal Hicks were two of the few survivors when the aliens wiped out the colony in the movie Aliens. So this same opening is the same for every one of these comics, and I've read them so far, so I'm not going to keep going on about it. But yeah, so these are the same. They end up on this cargo ship that escapes Earth, just as Earth is infected. And it turns out the cargo is on its way to General Spears. It's a load of captured aliens, and they end up battling their way out. So this is the android Butler, who's now grown up Newt's other half. He didn't realise he was an android. He was a fighting soldier, but he didn't realise he was an android. Maybe that's touching on like the Alien Earth side of things, you know, these, or we are now in a Rider style Alien Resurrection where they didn't know they were androids or they were too human. So he's obviously got blown in half at some point, and that's how he's ended up like that. So that's pretty cool. Hicks is also in the comics. He survives as well. And they run into this character called General Spears. Now, General Spears is very much based around the characters from Alien Resurrection, who believe they can somehow train the xenomorphs through fear. So yeah, another more stupidity that can't be done. So there you go. Yeah, so the art in these is very good. I will show some art as usual. There's the Hicks character there. There's General Spears. They pay particular attention to the rifles and weapons and stuff in these comics. That's what I really liked about them. But the artwork is absolutely fantastic in these. You can't fault the artwork. Look at those pictures there. Look. Absolutely brilliant. Xenomorphs attacking everybody. Yeah, I had these comics when I was a teenager, and they just got better and better. But some point, I don't know what point it was, but these comics suddenly changed the art up, and it wasn't as good. I don't know why. These early comics were absolutely fantastic art-wise, and then they just changed it all up. I don't know why. There's some cool artwork there. The rifles, look, bam, love all that stuff. Yeah. So there you go. I love the way they stuck to the old LV426 style of vision, how everything looks. Like ship-wise and building-wise. I hated the fact in Alien Resurrection, they actually moved away from the Weyland-Yutani stuff, didn't they? And it all looked very similar to the tunnels in Alien 3, didn't it? And stuff like that. So yeah, they went away from it in that, didn't they? So it wasn't as good. It didn't look as good. And the rifles certainly didn't look as good and stuff like that in Alien Resurrection, which is a shame, because that could have been a good movie if they had just stuck a bit more of the original sort of stuff in there, the Cameron style stuff. But I guess it's different directors, I suppose, and don't know. So this is the story of the Predator. This is also Mark Verheiden. Art is by Chris Warner. Colours by Chris Challoner. So this story is very interesting because kind of goes along the same lines as Predator 2 with some of the things that happen in this story. This is set in New York, and the gangs are fighting each other just like in Predator 2, except it isn't the Colombians and the Jamaicans. It's these almost like punk gangs in this, street gangs of punks who are fighting for control of the drug trade and the streets. So yeah, a different kind of story, but it's also got stuff on it like the subway attack. In this one, in the penthouse, it's the lead character Schaefer that goes up and fights with the Predator, not his partner. He does have a partner in this one, but his partner's called Roush. But yeah, it's different. Also in this one, the General is in it in Predator 2 of the book, but Concrete Jungle it's called in the books, and I've got the book of that, which is good. It's not a bad book. It just gets a little bit, what would be the word, over the top towards the end. Yeah, I think it paints us as being a bit too tough against the Predators. But yeah, So this is based around the main character being Dutch Schwarzenegger's character, his brother. And his brother is working on finding out what happened to, whilst doing his own job as a cop, he's trying to work out what happened to his brother. But yeah, the Predator is there hunting him. So yeah, slight differences in there. The art, very good in these. That is the character of Schaefer there. That is Dutch's brother. The Predator's doing his bits and bobs there. Because in this one, the Predator pops something on his neck, like a tracking device, so he knows where he is, so he can hunt him. So yeah, this is great stuff. There's the art, look. All action these comics were. Brilliant. I say I had all these when I was a kid, and I've had to re-buy them all again because I don't know what happened to them. And like I say, I picked up one recently in a comic shop, and I just thought, these are great, I need to get these back again. Look at that art of the Predator. Appearing there, fantastic. And there he is in the true comic book style, where everything has to be gigantically huge. And yeah, look at the Predator. How cool is that art? So there you go. So yeah, he's having a good fight with the Predator there. He put salt in the Predator's eye, look. Oh, look, now he's going to give him a big battering with that wooden pole. It's great, isn't it? Look at that. And here's how he kills him, look, he drops him on a spike. Who are you? What the hell are you? Brilliant, isn't it? I loved it. Predator was such a great movie, weren't it? What a great cast. That scene where they're leveling the forest is just unbelievable, isn't it? It always makes me laugh, because I do love that scene, and I always think, well, where were they keeping their ammo? Only a few of them had pouches. Yeah, but they put all the ammo into the forest, didn't they? Old Poncho, we hit nothing. No blood, no bodies, nothing. But they did hit something, didn't they? Just didn't know it. So there's the old General from the Predator movie, do you remember? Been a long time, General. So yeah, in these comics, they've got hold of a Predator bio helmet, and using the bio helmet, they're able to actually see the Predator's ships and stuff like that, and Predators through the bio helmet. So they have like a tactic where they're using it to spot where they are, which is very cool. And as you can see, in the Predator 2 style Concrete Jungle, there's an invasion force over Earth. So yeah, it's good. They were good comics. The art was fantastic in these comics, as I say. And then it moves on to the Aliens vs Predator comics. Now this was basically, it's very similar again to the AVP film, as I say, where it's set on a planet. Well, sorry, not the AVP film, what the AVP film should have been, which was set on another planet. Because if you set it on another planet with like an LV-426 style of colony, you can't go wrong, because the Earth's not involved. And as I said, once you involve the Earth, it'll just go to the story of the alien Earth war, where the Earth's just gone, you know? Because we wouldn't survive. We wouldn't. And that's what made Aliens vs Predator Requiem so unbelievable, I found. I mean, the Predator in that movie is the best Predator I've seen in, you know, he looked fantastic, that Predator, Wolf. That was an amazing Predator, but unfortunately, the movie just didn't, he wasn't going to just go around mopping them up, you know, making them disappear. The planet had become infested in no time at all. And if you go by, like, Ridley Scott's law, that they've got no gender as such, that they can just reproduce themselves, like what was happening in the original. In the uncut Alien, when you see Ripley in the bow of the ship, when she finds Dallas and Brett, that actually looks like he's turned into an egg, doesn't he? Now, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, but I think that was going to be the way the alien reproduced originally, because the Queen was always Cameron's idea, wasn't it? And you know, again, it was a good idea, wasn't it? I like both ideas. I mean, I like the first idea better, because I think that makes them more dangerous. Because I think, well, if they can reproduce themselves, you've got no hope, have you? You know. But the Queen was horrifying at the same time, wasn't it? So it was a pick and choose sort of scenario with that one, isn't it? But yeah, this originally, this Aliens vs Predator comic, it was in black and white, and then for some reason it switched to colour. So I'm not sure why they did that, but they did that, yeah. So this is exactly the same similar story. Basically, the Predators become overwhelmed, there's only one left, and he has to fight with a human, side by side. Now, in this story, the human is called Noguchi. I've got the Eagle Moss figure of that. So she's this, like, the CEO of this Prosperity Wells, and she ends up having to team up with the Predator, and they have to help each other out. So I think the premise of this story is that the eggs get laid by get dropped off by the predators. It then infects all the local wildlife, and they have all sorts of different predators knocking around, different aliens knocking around. Sorry. So yeah, it infects all the wildlife. They then wait for it to all start hatching and stuff, and then they come back. They return to do for the hunt, the glorious hunt. And yeah, so the predators in this are heavily armoured in the comics, which is quite different to the movie, wasn't it? So yeah, so they start hunting the creatures. They then get quickly overwhelmed and don't realise how many aliens there actually are, because there's a colony here. You know, a weird part of the comics is that predators have got all this technology, yet they didn't know this colony was here, you know. And there's too many aliens for them to deal with, and they start getting wiped out quite quickly. Very cool. And as you can see, they've got the initiation of the head burning with the Yautja symbol. Very good. I like these sort of bits here with the aliens all in the water and stuff, all dead. So yeah, these comics were good. They had their good parts, and then it goes, like I say, it's gone to colour now, you see. And that is when it goes to the colony, and it's in colour. So it's quite a big colony on the planet. And there's Noguchi. She ends up actually going off with the predators in the end and becoming part of the clan, which is really cool. But as I say, once the art goes on, it wasn't as good. I don't know why. The comics were still good though. The comics were still great. There you go. So there is the Prosperity Wells. And that's where our comic comes to an end. So next month, aliens, butlers left behind, while Hicks and Newt are en route to Earth with only spears and a platoon of aliens for company. So yeah, General Spears is going to take his troops that he thinks he's trained back to Earth to retake the Earth from the aliens, using the aliens. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Schaefer escapes his captors in Predator, and aliens and Predator might have been fighting each other, but the colonists managed to get in the way of both. So Aliens issue 5 is out at the end of May, guys. So if you've got a time machine, you can go back to 1991. You want to go to end of May to get it. So there's the write-ups. They do, like I say, I like these little letters that they do. yeah. Another comic there. Looks like sort of like a Dracula character there, doesn't it? On sale every Thursday. So there you go, guys. That's another Aliens edition I've gone through. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I've ordered the rest of these, so hopefully I should get them all and put them all in order eventually, and we can review them all in order. But thanks for coming, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to stay frosty.